Okay, I'm going to finish this. This is Matt from the Dice of the Round Table. I'm going to finish a demo set game of Victory at Sea. This is Warlords. My son didn't really enjoy the game that much, so I'm going to finish this out solo since I already have it. And it's 380 points Japanese versus 380 points of Americans. Americans on the table. Let's see. We have 2 American destroyers, 2 cruisers, and 2 Japanese destroyers and 1 cruiser. And we had some shots being traded, and the Japanese cruiser did get a hit and a critical on this destroyer here, so it has rudder damage. So I just finished up a round. Some shots being exchanged, but not too much happening. However, we're going to see if they can fix that critical. Let's see. It was each ship may only attempt 1 damage repair on a roll of D6. That's a 4. That is above a 4, so the destroyer does not fix itself. And let's see who has initiative. Americans do. So Japanese will go first. First up, I'm going to move this outside one. 3. It's going to turn in. Go 3. And 1 more inch. That's activated. Now I'm going to go. This American destroyer can only go. What is it? 5. That's the one that's damage 6. It can only go 6. So I'm going to go 2, turn, 2, turn, 2. That's gone. This destroyer for Japan's going to go 3, turn, 2, turn, and 2 more for 7. Let's go 2, turn, 2, turn, 2, 4, 6, 7. And let's just turn a little bit more. And this one, Japanese cruiser. I'm going to go 3, turn, 6, turn. And the American cruisers, let's go 2, turn, 5, turn, 1, 3, turn, and 2 more. Americans get to fire first. Those joining the actual live feed, thanks. Hope all is going well for you this weekend. It's a Saturday when I'm recording this. Oh, the camera. Every so often, this webcam does this focusing thing. Oh, I just got to get it refocused and bring it back to the table. Nope. Yep, there we go. Okay. So Americans have initiative. They're going to fire first. My son kind of put them in a bad position. So let's go with the destroyer that has damage. The destroyer for the Americans has light guns. Can only fire 1 attack dice in the front arc. So it's going to go 1 attack die. No, let's trigger the cruisers. Cruisers got better shots. So cruisers, let's see. They got heavy, the 2 turrets. Let's go. Let's puck out the destroyer before it gets in here and does damage. So that's 11 inches. 11 inches puts us at short range for the cruiser. So 11 inches. Short range is 0 modifier. The fast moving target, so -1. And it's a destroyer, -2. Let's see, you are in the target's port or starboard. Would be in the side, so it gets a +1. So a -1 to the shot. It's got 2 turns. Each turn is 3 attack dice. So I'm going to roll this, and I'm looking for 4s, and that's a really bad roll because I got 1 4, but I get a -1. That becomes a 3. So that's no shots. And the light guns are at long range, so that would be a -2. So I can get 6 dice with that. And I'm looking for 6s. No. Okay. Let's do the Japanese. That's gone. That's activated. Let's see. Let's see if the cruiser. Let's see if I can finish off the destroyer with this one. It will be in the side arc 2 start. So bridge to bridge is 8.5. So I can get 3 attack dice. It's in short range. So it's not a fast moving target. It is a short. So I'm just getting a -1. And you are, no, he's in this bow. So that's 3 attack dice. So I'm looking for 6 or 5. That's 3, 3, and 1. That does not do anything. And the torpedoes on it is 12 inches, so I gotta wait for the cruiser. I don't, because it would be side arc, right? Side, huh? That would be 12 inches. That's extreme range, so I'll hold off on torpedoes. So that's gone. Let's do the other cruiser. The other cruiser will take the shot. Let's see if we can take out the activations padding. 11 inches. And that's going to keep it in the short range. So again, short range is a 0. It's a destroyer, so -1. But I am in the port or starboard, so that's a +1. Oh, it's fast moving, so that's a -1. So should be, yep, -1. So its attack dice would be 6 for the big gun. So that's a 6, a 4. So that's actually going to be a 5, so 1 hit. And then the light guns, I'm looking for 6s. I got 2, so that's 3 hits. Now the damage dice is 1 for each. The armor piercing on the light guns is -2, so I'm going to roll that first. The destroyer armor is 1, so let's go. We got a 4 and a 3. -2 drops this to 1, drops this to 2, raises this to a 2, and this to a 3 because of the arc shot, which both beats the destroyer's armor, which is 2 points of damage. And then the other one, the big gun, gets a 5 with a no modification plus, so that hits. So this destroyer is down to 2 life, no critical, or 2 hull. And because it's at 2 hull, it's now crippled. So this one, it is flak speed is half. It gains lumbering. The attack dice of the ship's light guns and AA batteries and torpedoes will be halved, rounding down. And a D6 every main gun and trait the ship possess. So for agile, it got a 2. So on a 4+, the main gun or trait is rendered inoperable. So it still has agile. However, it's lumbering, and all the attack dice for its secondary systems are half. And it doesn't have a main gun. Good thing I fired it already. Not like it did anything. Let's trigger the cruiser on the closest destroyer. I don't want torpedoes coming at me. That's 11 inches. So 11 inches puts me at, should be short range, yes. So I do have, so I can actually concentrate all my guns. So I think I'm going to go my front two. I got 5 main guns. So I think my back 2 are going to go here. My front 2, let's assign 3 guns here, 2 guns here. And then I get light guns. I have 6. So I'm going to get some more dice. This is the dice that comes in the demo set. So let me pull out some more. So these are going to be my secondary light gun, the black dice. I think I'm going to assign 4 and 2. So let's go. My main guns, we get 2 attack dice each, so that's 4. And then the light guns are going to be this other stuff. Well, I can just roll those 4. Okay. So let's see. I'm at short range. As a destroyer, it's not moving fast. And it's not a large silhouette. So I got a -1 to these rolls. So I'm looking for 5s and 6s. So 1 big gun hit and 3 secondary guns. So attack dice for each, or damage dice, I mean, is this. These are weak, so they don't get the arc, but it's an armor of 1+. So as long as I don't get a 1, I'm putting damage on that ship. Vessel drops it to 1, which again makes that now crippled. I have to roll to see if they have no main guns. Everything's half. So I actually don't have to really roll for anything because I'm not using depth charge or radar on this game. I just want to see how, because radar does, forget what radar does. I'm not even doing orders. Radar ships fitted with radar surface allows it to operate effectively at long range. Gains 1+ to their dice roll and reroll. Oh, only when they're committed to scouting, which I didn't play with any of the scouting rules. Okay, second one. This one is still within short range, but it's a cruiser, so this should be straight dice because I'm still in the bow. So I need 4s, 5s, or 6s. Ooh, that was pretty good. Oh, and I forgot. I got to roll 3 more because these white dice are 2 dice each. So that's a really good roll against that cruiser. So I am looking at an armor on the cruiser of 2+. So really anything, as long as I get 2+. No, I'm not looking for 1s because the arcing fire gives me a +1. So I do get 1/1. That was on the secondary gun, which is fine. But I did get 2 6s. So this is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 damage on this one up here, which is going to drop it to 22. However, I got 2 6s. So again, for every natural 6 has potential to cause a natural or critical result. So I'm going to take the 2 6s. I'm going to see if I get a 4+. I got 1 4+, so that means 1 critical. I'm going to roll my D10. I have a 7, which means it's in the weapons. And it loses. Okay, each time this result is gained, roll a dice on a 1 to 3. Let's see. On a 3, so it's from the light guns. So it also gets 1 extra damage. So this one has lost 1 dice from its light guns, and it has that's it. So it's lost 1 dice from the light guns. So that's a weapon critical hit. Let me put that token on that card. Okay. So that's okay. Andrew just posted a comment. That's cool. I didn't know you were in the Victory SC group too. But this is Victory SC. I was doing Zona Alpha last weekend. My son had asked to play Cruel Seas, so we played Cruel Seas, and then I played to compare this to Cruel Seas a little bit more in depth. Okay, so cruiser, destroyer, cruiser. Let's do the other American destroyer. Let's go after but it's got destroyers. Their light guns can only get 1 dice in the front arc, and that was 11. No, 8.5. 8.5 puts it in short range. So it's a destroyer -1, fast moving -1. Targets, it has large profile, so it's a -1. You get 1 dice. 3 minus 1 is 2, so no shots. Puts us up to this Japanese cruiser up here. I think the closest is this one. That gives me just over 14 inches. Puts it at long range. I will have no back. So this can have 1 attack dice in the front, 2 in the aft. So I'm going to get 1 dice at long range. So that would be -1, -1 for being a destroyer, -1 for being fast. So it's a -3. Even if I roll a 6, it's not going to be a 4. So no shot here, and that's going to be no shot. Well, actually, they could take a front nose shot this way. 13 inches. Puts it at long for the Americans. So it's a destroyer, fast, long. So I need a 6. On a 6, I could hit it. It's a 2. So that is done. However, I can roll to see if we can fix some stuff. Let's see if the cruiser can fix the guns. No. Destroyer fixed the engines. It's a score. For every point, the result's above a 4. So no. They don't get worse. And next round. Japanese 1, Americans 8. So Japanese do not have the advantage. This is going 3. It's rounded up. Reduced by half. It does not say if you round up. I'm going to round up in this. So it's going to go 3. And I get 1 more inch. I'm just going to go like that. The American destroyer is going to go 3. Turn. And get it 6. And turn. Japanese destroyer is going to go 1 for agile. It's going to turn. And then that's 4, 5, 6, 7. And I'm going to kind of hang there. Cruisers are going to go, they are 6 for the Americans. So let's go 3. We're going to thread the needle straight up out the alley. The Japanese cruiser does have agile, so it's going to go 6 turn and 1 inch turn. So it did not quite, it's still on the side arc. Well, that's going to be close. Actually, no, it's going to be out the torpedo arc. Okay. 3, turn a little bit, and go 2 more. So that's 5. This destroyer is going to go 2, turn, 1, 2, 3. That's 5, and 6, 7, and turn just a little bit. Americans first. This destroyer is is almost done. So let's, you know what? This Japanese destroyer is right there. Unleash some torpedoes. Unleash my guns, and see what happens. Oh, okay. So thanks for being a subscriber, Andrew. Yeah, I meddle in a whole bunch of games. I'm very eclectic in my games. So let's see. I got this American destroyer. So it's got, I can fire on my port or starboard with them. So it's going to get 10 attack dice against the destroyer, unleashing its torpedoes. They are one-shots. So it's going to be -1 for short range. Oh, no, wait. I got to measure. Oops. What is this? This is 3 inches. So that is short range. Destroyer -1. It's a fast-moving -2. +1 for large silhouette. -2. So I can't even hit with my torpedoes, which makes sense. So never mind. Let's go for my light guns. It's got 2 because it lost 1. And that's not going to do any good. So let me, boom, take these off. That destroyer is gone. Speaking of destroyers being gone, that will have this cruiser in 7 inches. So that would be long range for the torpedoes. So -1, +1, -2. So I'm going to try with torpedoes on the Japanese destroyer. It's going to get 3 9 dice. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Oh, Andrew, BattleTech is one of my favorites. I am actually toying with Horizon Wars as well. I have that book. It's been sitting on my shelf, and I have a whole bunch of Robotech miniatures that I have sitting waiting for some paint that I'm going to use, and I have some Drop Zone Commander to use for infantry and combined guns. But I also have the new BattleTech starter and advanced starter. We were just having a conversation about this the other day with. So I needed 6s. So I got 1 6. So we're talking about favorite times during BattleTech. House Federated Suns all the way. 3025 to Clan Invasion. Second favorite's House Kuruta. I need to look up Devastating weapons. Devastating. This weapon is exceptionally powerful, capable of blasting small targets. Instead of causing 1 point of damage with each successful damage dice roll, a devastating weapon will cause what that is. A critical is scored for every 5 or 6. So let me see what my damage dice are 3. So I got 6, 7, 8 on the cruiser. So that's going to drop it to, oh, I just lost it. in and out again. That's 1. Drops it there. 14 is what that cruiser's at now. So 14 points of damage left on that cruiser, and I still got my light guns going at the destroyer. This autofocus. But I also got a critical. So criticals mean any critical hit scored will have a critical equal to roll 1 dice. So, okay. Any critical hit scored will have a critical score equal to the roll of 1 dice. Oh. Okay, so I'm going to roll for the zone, which is 1. A 1 gives me the engine room. I have not had a critical there yet. And instead of just going up 1, it's going to go up to the 3rd. So I need 1, 2, 3 engine tokens on that cruiser. That means it's got 3 extra damage, knocks it down to 11. It has lost 2 inches. Okay, so this has got a couple of things, a lot of things going on. So it's got prop damage, rudder damage, and turbine damage. So at this point, the speed's reduced by 2. It must move 3 inches before turning. And the critical crew area, so we now have a crew hit as well. The crew area is giving us a -1 attack dice. That's on a 4, so that's going to be from the AA battery. So no airplanes, so not a big loss there. So yeah, so that caused some major issues on this cruiser. Now the light guns, I get 2 dice because I lost 1 already on this one. We are at point blank. So I should get a 1. So I get a +1 to this. 5 and a 6. I didn't need the +1 after all. So that's 2 points of damage. And on the damage dice, I got to roll. Well, those are hits. And then 1 point of damage, which is more than enough. He's going to be sunk. So, Destroyer 1 for the Americans is out. Let me. You should send me a message if you can, Andrew, and let me know how they turn out. Or just send me a picture, period. I would love to see which ones you got. Like 2 years ago, I had a guy looking for people to paint as a donation for some convention. I forget what it was. And no joke, it was an urban mech this big. It was a resin cast urban mech. And it was probably one of the things that I never thought I would paint, but I enjoyed it very much. Painting something that big. It was really, I was concerned, but it was awesome to paint something that big. So yeah, that's a side little thing. But apparently it was like an old cast, and the company that did it isn't it was like a 1 person that did it. Okay, so Destroyer went, Destroyer went on this side. Destroyer or Cruiser. You know what? Let's take this Cruiser to unleash on this Destroyer. See if I can eliminate it before it does anything. Five inches. The point blank is 8 inches, so it's going to get 9 shots at point blank. 1, 2. Those are the main shots. And it's got 6 light shots at what was it? 5. So not point blank. So big guns are at point blank. That's +1 for large silhouette, and -2. So black's going to be straight. Whites are going to be -1. So 6, 4, 6. That's a lot of 1s and 2s. And the 6 and 5. So those are going to hit. And then I need 4 pluses. Look. Again, not so good. But that's 2 damage and 2 criticals. And that's going to drop it to 5. And the criticals are going to be 8. Crew. Well, actually, crew. And the other one is 3 engines. So it's lost on speed. And it's losing attack dice in the light gun system. So it's going to lose a light gun. So I got gun hit and engine hit on that one. Not too bad. Some damage there. Next up is going to be, I'm going to unleash this volley onto the cruiser. And let's unleash torpedoes. That was 5, right? 5. So my light guns, I got 2. Good thing my torpedoes didn't go. It's going to be a short range. So my torpedoes would be +1 for large, so -1. So I need 6 goes to 5, 5 goes. So 6 or 5s on my torpedoes. 3, 6, 9 for torpedoes. These are going to be big guns. These are going to be at, oh, this is going to be at point blank range. So +1 for large. Ooh, so +2, -1. +2, both hit. -1s. I got 3, 4 torpedo hits. Ooh, that's going to be scary. So let's do the regular guns first. These, 1 does damage, so that drops to the 26. And the torpedoes gets 12 dice, because that's 3 times 4. So 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. And I'm going to be, criticals are on 5 or 6. And adding this together. Ooh, ugly, ugly, ugly. That's 5 6s. So that's 30. It doesn't matter. That's 30 points of damage right there. This thing just obliterated. It just is gone. Torpedoes. The Japanese destroyers took out a cruiser, severely damaged the other cruiser, and now this. And whew, this is a deadly, deadly turn. Wow. Gone. Let's go. This cruiser against, well, the light guns will go here. Heavy guns at that cruiser. Because this has only got 2 left. That's 6.5. So 6.5 makes the light guns at short range. So that's a 0. -1 for being a destroyer. +1 for large silhouette. And it was fast moving. So 0, minus, plus, minus. So I need 5 or 6. And I'm going to get 5. 2 hit. Please both hit. 1 hit. 1 did not. So it's still alive, which is, okay, cruisers, guns. It's got 9 dice. So 3, 6, 9. Against that cruiser puts us at 6 inches. That puts us at point blank range, which is nice. +1, +2 for large silhouette, -1 for fast. So I get 3 and up. Only 2 did not hit. And this is attack damage dice each. And it's arcing fire. So 3s and up. So that's going to be 3 damage on the Japanese cruiser. So plucking it away slowly. And that ship is gone. That leaves the Japanese cruiser, which will unleash everything on the American cruiser. Again, that's 6 inches. Japanese is going to be light guns at short range. And everything else is going to be at point blank range. Full on broadside. Just double checking what restricted means. Some ships are so large that though they mount many light guns, not all can be fired. Half its attack dice. Okay. So the light guns, I get 3. And I get 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 of the big guns. There we go. Okay. So. Okay. So I said the light guns were in short. So that would be large silhouette +1. It moved 6 inches. So these are hitting on 3+, and the other ones are hitting on 2+ because these are point blank. 2+, all hit. 3+, 2 hit. So this is going to hurt. That's right. Light guns can't do criticals. So that's a point of damage. That goes down to 10. And these are hitting on 3+ because of arcing fire. And 2 criticals. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 damage. Brings it down to 3. And the 2 criticals are a 5 and 6. Both it goes to weapons. So that will go to 5 more damage, which is going to sink it. Because there's 2 for secondary weapons destroyed and 3 for turret damaged. But it was going to also reduce the attack dice and increase the crew critical score, and a random turret on 4+ must roll before firing. So this turn saw a devastating blow of torpedoes from the Japanese, taking out the American cruisers, or severely damaging, followed up by the Japanese cruiser taking a huge hit. This is a very different feel from my extended gameplay I did, which had the Americans getting some criticals on Japanese. The criticals really swing this around. So that means the American destroyer is left all by itself. With its light guns, it'll pour fire into this, which was 4 inches. Puts it at point blank, so +1, large silhouette +1, -1 for a destroyer, and it didn't go the full 7, so it gets a +1. So 3 attack dice, and this would be on a it gets a, let's say, point blank +1, +1 large, so it's a +1. So these would be hitting on 3+. So 2 hit, and beating the armor on both of those. So that's this Japanese destroyer, which is both crippled. And that's the other key. I mean, both Japanese ships, destroyers are crippled, but their torpedo volleys were not. So clean up the board. The Japanese vessel could try to fix their, I'm going to fix the, let's try to fix the engines. It fixes the engines. I finally got a 6, so that's 2 more than 4. So the engines are completely repaired. Crew did a fine job. And now see, Americans get a 3, Japanese get a 4, and the game has completely changed. So this one's going to go, that goes 7. Let's go 3. Actually, turn 5. Turn 7. Turn. I'm going to see if I can line up for a torpedo volley. Doubt it, but you never know. Let's go. They only have to move 1. It's going to be in the torpedo volley, so that's 1. Let's go 3. Turn. Turn. 6. Turn. Inch. Yeah, it's going to be in the volley. No matter what I do about that. Oh, let's go 1. Let's go 3. 6. And this one can go 2. Turn. 2. Turn. 2. Okay. Japanese get to shoot first. Let's go cruiser. That's 9.5 inches. Yeah, 9.5 inches. Puts it at short range. And light guns are at long range. So it would be 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Short range, 0. +1 for large. -2. So it's going to be 5 or 6. Not so good. 3 hits. And then my 3 lighter guns are long range, so these are going to need 6s. Nothing. Roll for damage. All 3 hit. So the destroyer is down to 3. It's now going to be crippled. And then 1 critical. And the 7 weapons takes another damage down to 2. And loses an attack dice in AA guns, which don't matter in this game. Now it's gone. Let's see if I can get the torpedoes launched. That was 9.5, I said. So the American destroyer torpedoes are extreme range. So if I shot them, is it even possible? -2 and moved -3. Large silhouette -2, torpedoes -4. There's no way I can get it with my torpedoes. So let's take light gun, 1 dice each. This has got a 6. That's a 10. 6 and 10. So 1 short, 1 long. Just roll that. Short is 0. It moves 7. It's a destroyer, so -2. Drops to 4, 2, but I get large silhouette. So that becomes a 3 missed. And that's a 2, no way. And the American destroyer might as well kiss itself goodbye. 2 shots for the light guns. That's a 6. It moved small. That's a -2, and that was 6. Yeah, 6 puts it at short. Oh, puts it at short range. So the 6 hits, and 6 crit. It's down to 1, and the extra damage goes to weapons. Takes 2 damage, and the destroyer is sunk. Okay, so that was a point battle of Cruel Seas. Not Cruel Seas, sorry. Victory at Sea using the demo kit. That was, again, 380 points. If you were wondering, the destroyers are, for the Americans, are 60 apiece. The cruisers are 130 apiece. The Japanese destroyers are 50 apiece. And the Japanese cruiser is 280 apiece. So the cruiser definitely gave out plenty of damage, but those destroyers and the torpedoes packed a big punch. Very swingy chances on the torpedoes, but if they hit, they hit bad. Overall, hope you enjoyed it. I will probably put up some thoughts because literally my son asked me to play Cruel Seas. I kind of twisted his arms to play this, and he didn't really like it at the beginning, so I was going to have him keep playing. But I really had it already set up, so I wanted to do another feed. I hope you enjoyed watching. Hope it might have wet your whistle for it. Victory Seas has a lot of cool potential. Trying to remember all those criticals can take time. And if you're wondering what I was doing with that, there's these tokens which have guns or rudders for engines. And literally as I was taking criticals, if it was 2, I would literally take 2 engine ones and stack them on top of each other, or 2 weapon ones on the card to at least remember how many times an area got hit. But again, it's what it is with the criticals and the crippling effect. Trying to remember, is it the AA guns or is it the light guns? But otherwise, thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel, please. And give a thumbs up if you appreciated this. So this was Victory at Seas by Warlord Games. It's April 2020. We know it's been delayed because of all the things going on with COVID, but it is coming. There's been talk that they're going to try to ship it maybe once everything gets equalized in England. So keep an eye out. They're still taking pre-orders on the website. Be safe and be well.